In the high-stakes world of professional tennis, the 2026 season has been defined by one name, Jannik Sinner. But while the world is focused on his devastating baseline game and his 4 Grand Slam titles, the real story is happening in the boardroom. Sinner isn't just winning matches, he is rewriting the playbook for how a modern athlete builds a brand. In an era of loud, flashy influencers, Jannik Sinner has become the face of quiet luxury, a financial model that has propelled his net worth to an estimated $40 million by the age of 24. Today, we are breaking down the Sinner strategy, how he won the $34 million sponsorship war against Carlos Alcaraz, the secret behind his $150 million Nike lock-in, and why his partnership with Gucci is the most sophisticated marketing play in sports history. Welcome to the Athlete Capital. To understand Sinner's 2026 valuation, you have to look at the sponsorship battle of 2025. For years, the media tried to frame the rivalry between Sinner and Alcaraz as a purely athletic one. But behind the scenes, it was a fight for market share. By the start of 2026, Sinner emerged as the clear victor, pocketing $34 million in sponsorship earnings in a single season, surpassing Alcaraz by nearly $2 million. How did he do it? While Alcaraz has a higher base salary from Nike, Sinner built a more diverse and high-end portfolio of 14. By securing 14 global partners compared to Alcaraz's 10, Sinner has insulated his income against the volatility of the ATP rankings. He isn't just a tennis player, he is a diversified holding company. From the precision of Rolex to the luxury of Explora journeys and the massive global reach of his 2026 deal with Allianz, Sinner has curated a brand that appeals to the high-net-worth demographic. The anchor of this empire is the legendary Nike lock-in. Back in 2022, Sinner signed a 10-year apparel and footwear contract worth a staggering $150 million. At the time, critics questioned if a young player could maintain that level of value for a decade. By 2026, it looks like one of the smartest investments in Nike's history. But the real story isn't just the $15 million a year he collects. It's the power shift happening in the design room. In early 2026, Sinner's team moved beyond being contract workers for Nike. They are now deeply involved in the design process, preparing for the launch of a signature line featuring his iconic Fox logo. This is the Roger Federer blueprint, moving from wearing a brand to owning a piece of the identity. By 2026, Sinner has positioned himself as the primary pillar of Nike's future in men's tennis, ensuring that even after his playing days are over, the Fox brand will continue to generate royalty-based revenue. However, the crown jewel of the Sinner strategy is his relationship with Gucci. In 2026, the intersection of sport and style has reached its peak, and Sinner is the undisputed king. Most athletes sign fashion deals to appear in magazines, but Sinner's team has used Gucci to bridge the gap between his past and his future. Ahead of the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics, Gucci launched the Gucci Altitude campaign, featuring Sinner as the face of their first-ever winter sportswear line. This was a masterclass in brand storytelling. By putting Sinner back on skis, the sport he excelled in as a child, Gucci didn't just sell a ski suit, they sold a narrative of Italian excellence. This collaboration, which included technical gear designed with another Sinner sponsor, Head, proved that Jannik is the first athlete who can move seamlessly between a $30 million tennis court and a billionaire's ski resort. This quiet luxury aesthetic is exactly what high-end sponsors are looking for in 2026. Authenticity without ostentation. But the 2026 version of Jannik Sinner is also a venture athlete in the making. Beyond the luxury watches and designer bags, Sinner is focused on institutional wealth. His multi-year global partnership with Allianz, announced in early 2026, is a key indicator of this shift. As the world's most valuable insurance brand, Allianz doesn't partner with flash-in-the-pan celebrities. they partner with resilient assets. The tagline for the campaign, "We're here to serve," highlights Sinner's image as a reliable, disciplined, and calculated performer. This deal also fuels the Jannik Sinner Foundation, ensuring that his brand has a social impact component that will last decades. In the 2026 economy, an athlete's trust rating is just as important as their win-loss record. Sinner has the highest trust rating on the ATP Tour, which is why brands are willing to pay a premium to be associated with him. This brings us to the net worth prediction for 2030. Financial analysts at the Times of India and other major outlets are already projecting that Sinner is on track to become tennis's next $100 million athlete. At just 24, he has already earned over $58 million in career prize money alone. When you combine his on-court earnings with his $15 million annual sponsorship income, the trajectory is clear. He is following the path of Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic, turning dominance on the court into a commercial empire worth hundreds of millions. The Sinner flywheel is now in full effect. Every Grand Slam victory increases the value of his signature Fox line with Nike, which increases his leverage with luxury brands like Rolex and Gucci, which in turn drives more interest from global giants like Allianz. But there is a specific challenge that comes with the quiet luxury model. In the 2026 attention economy, how do you stay relevant without being loud? Sinner's team has mastered the art of controlled scarcity. They don't do every interview and they don't sign every deal. They have limited his portfolio to high-end, iconic brands that reinforce his status as an elite owner-operator. This makes every Sinner appearance feel like an event. He isn't trying to win the Most Followers award. He is trying to win the Most Valuable Follower award. By 2026, he has become the bridge between the old-world luxury of the 1970s and the tech-driven, data-heavy sports world of the future. As we look at the remainder of 2026, the question isn't whether Jannik Sinner will continue to win majors. The question is how high the ceiling goes for the Sinner empire. He is the personification of the modern, professional, and financially literate athlete. He understands that a tennis career is a sprint, but a brand is a marathon. When you see him walking onto center court with his custom Gucci duffel bag, you aren't just seeing a player. You are seeing a multi-million-dollar walking billboard for Italian craftsmanship and global ambition. Jannik Sinner is just the beginning of a new era where athletes value discipline over drama and equity over endorsements. The Sinner strategy is a blueprint for any professional looking to build a legacy that outlasts their physical prime. To stay ahead of the high-stakes business behind the world's most elite athletes, subscribe to The Athlete Capital and join the most financially literate community in sports. I'll see you in the next breakdown.